Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Lech Dich Musar podcast. We continue with Pele Yoeitz. We're on day 20 of Hachzik, day 58, page 58 in the art scroll. We've spoken about love of children, love of one's wife, and now the Pele Yoeitz shifts his focus and outlines the responsibility of a virtuous wife. We spoke in great depth about the responsibility that the husband must bear for him not to take any stance and position of chas v'shalom harm or insulting his wife, and if his wife insults him, he should just take it and be a mikabel, but chas v'shalom never to give, and he has to endure a lot, and that's what we spoke about in the previous shurim. And now we talk about the responsibilities and what it means to be a virtuous wife. We've spoken about it's not a one-way path, it's not a one-way street, it's a two-way street, and the obligation of a woman to love her husband is even greater, because by nature women are more adept at seeking emotional connections and relationships, and therefore a wife will usually be more ready, willing, and able to build an emotional relationship with her husband, and this is why her obligation is even greater, superior than the man. A lady should do whatever she can to respect him and to fulfill his wants and wishes to the best of her ability, obviously if they're within line of the Torah and Avodas Hashem. Her entire focus, her entire tshuka, all she should aspire to do, and her intention must be to try to understand her husband's thought processes, and to understand exactly what he wants, and to treat his will as if it were her own, all so that she will find favor in his eyes. And just like we explained before, that for a husband to love and his love for his wife and children is all about Ahavas HaNefesh, because it comes from Ahavas Hashem, Ahavas HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The same thing as a wife for her husband. She should be focused on not only the physical, but also the spiritual. It should be a connection and a yearning to accommodate and love on his nefesh, on his pnimis, on his ruchnius, and timzer nafshel l'sayah b'avodas Hashem yizbarach shemoi ki zeh chelka, and she should devote herself to aid him in avodas Hashem, for this is her lot. A virtuous wife shares in the spiritual achievements of her husband, and she should use her positive vantage point, her position as a mother, a keres abayis, to position to do whatever she can to help him ascend even higher. She should always use her sweet voice should she see the need to guide him along the path of good and to comfort him in the time of trouble. Talking about Laila l'oiroi, she should willingly arise while it is yet night to awaken him, to provide him additional encouragement in avodas Hashem. Shetizar b'chol oish aliyas gerama beneziken sheizbaltam avodas Hashem yisbarach shemai bavur chas v'shalom ki ha'isha hi tisa asavina. Chas v'shalom, a lady should know that she should never be an obstacle. She should never interfere with her husband's avodas Hashem, with his spiritual journey, and she should never cause him spiritual harm, because this will be a sin for her that she will be accountable for. What can I say that will address every situation? For the thoughts of all people are not identical, and what would be a sound advice in one case may not be in another. So what does the Pele Yoeitz say? What's one undisputed, unequivocal, across the board Eitzah? Rather, the general rule is that each wife must interact with her husband in accordance with his unique disposition. She should relate to him in a way that accords with his nature and temperament, with charm and good understanding, to ensure that their union will endure with love and closeness. Like it says in Mishlei, the wise ones among women each built her house, and a woman who fears Hashem, she should be praised. And although she must always act with modesty, and every honorable princess dwells within, and she must take precautions to remain discreet in front of others, so as not to lead other men to sin with their eyes and hearts, should they witness the affectionate attention she gives her husband. We know this is botan halacha. This is the concept of harchakos of chiba barabim, utzicholis miskashetes lebailo zira benikidus v'tara. Nevertheless, even though she must conduct herself in a tzniustik way, in a modest way, but nevertheless, when she is in the privacy of their home, she should be sure to adorn herself for a husband and be vigilant with her personal hygiene and the laws of Tyra, as well as disposing of any unsightly or odorous refuse, so that her husband can place her desire in her fully and will not be tested to perhaps sin by thinking of another woman. Even with all of this modest behavior concealing her allure, nevertheless her actions will endear her to her husband, and she will surely find favor in her husband's eyes. So what the Pele Yoeitz is saying is that, of course, on the one hand, she has to be a tnua and kokvuda b'asmelach panima, but at the same time, she has to be there for her husband and make sure that she's full a game for her husband, because it's her account, it's her cheshbon, that her husband shouldn't be even thinking of other people. And says the Pele Yoeitz, you might think that, that makes it like a lower level, that she's busy with these type of things, and no. Ma'aseh yikarvua. All of her actions will endear her to her husband when she tries, when she shows that she cares, and this will enable her to find favor in her husband's eyes. And this is the protocol of the responsibilities of what it means to be a virtuous wife.